Here we are once again giving thanks. And I say that because I really mean this. The Warriors wanted to join you the night before Thanksgiving. And I have to tell you, New York City is coming back. I feel it. I see it. Let's discuss that. But first, thank you all for joining me. Thank you for taking the time to donating, volunteering, and listening and sharing our good information on your platforms. If you do one thing, you can be a warrior if you share, whether it's a tweet, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, power in numbers, and that's what we need you to do in addition to everything else. So listen up and listen good, buckle up. But I have to share with you that I left the house very early this morning. It was still dark out somewhat. And I'm going to start with, because something rather personal, but I think everybody should know about this. I needed to have my yearly mammogram. So I am advising every woman out there, please follow up, do this, take care of yourselves. Things are highly treatable if caught early. Do not be afraid. It took all of 15 minutes. They have early detection now. It's much easier, the whole process. Just a couple, really took about 15 minutes, the whole process, and can save lives. So we started with that. But here's what we have to be thankful for. So many, so many different things. Because as I, uh, grew up in Jersey and did not realize really what a great childhood I had until, until until I started working in this arena of trafficking, domestic violence, of exploitation, of families needing things, of families not having necessities, of families not having diapers and toiletries and, you know, uh, peanut butter and jelly to put on their table, things of that nature. Um, Let me call out to everybody. If you could check in with me and tell me if you can hear me, I'm loud and clear. Okay. I wanted to come to you also to tell you a little bit about New York. The energy is electric the night before Thanksgiving. We have all of those big balloons that'll be in the parade tomorrow. I guess I didn't check lately, but they were predicting very bad weather for tomorrow. I hope not. Let's hope it holds off until the afternoon or something like that. But tonight's the big night on Central Park West that people line up for blocks and they blow up the balloons. They bring them in from New Jersey. They're already set up. They bring them in last night through the Lincoln Tunnel, and they set them up tonight, Central Park West, and everybody lines up with their hot chocolate and their popcorn, and the kids just love it. And that is the greatest thing to hear kids laughing and smiling and screaming and jumping around as they blow up these huge balloons and put nets over them until they begin the parade tomorrow morning. So that's step one. But also leaving very early this morning, I noticed uh, many of the different decorations have gone up. It seems like I think they decorate overnight because they weren't there yesterday, and the stores are magnificent. What I have seen so far, just beautiful to see the lights, the greenery. It is really something on Fifth and Madison Avenue, and just delicious to see early this morning. Again, I started out very early, but even 8, 9 in the morning, I saw a lot of families already. So I know they've poured into the city to see probably the parade tomorrow and just get going with the holidays. Here you are. We have Frederick. Good evening, Mrs. L. Good evening. There's William, 5x5. Bag Biz, A-OK. We love you, Bag Biz. Feel good about everything because we are thinking about you and we love you so much for all of your generosity and everything you do in support of the Warriors. There's Gracie Loves George saying good evening to everybody. It's only 4:30 here in New York City, but it's dark already. So that's a little depressing, but it's kind of, I want to get back to this excitement because there's Kristen also 5x5, Lionel Nation 5x5. It is, the pendulum is definitely swinging back. No matter what you think, I posted a picture of the Louis Vuitton flagship store. Now just follow along. This is all going to connect down the road a little bit. The Louis Vuitton flagship store on the corner of 57th and 5th. They have temporarily, because they're remodeling the whole store, so they moved across the street next door to Tiffany's on Fifth Avenue. Not a bad location. And they have wrapped, while they remodel, the entire corner of 57th and 5th, the old store. They have created with the Louis Vuitton logo. It looks like the luggage piled sky high. And I took a picture. I actually put it on Instagram because It is a spectacular piece of art, and the picture I took doesn't even do it justice. And every time I'm passing it, which is almost on a daily basis, people are just staring up into the sky and taking pictures. And I see a lot of kids looking. And that is what is so fantastic. When you see the kids and it looks magical, or you hear the mom or dad explaining about the art. And that's why, these are the kind of things we have to really be thankful for. But let's talk about what we need to keep an eye on. We must, I know it's the holidays, and we're going to have a great day tomorrow, all of us. We're going to have a great weekend ahead. We have to still focus on the kids. We still have to be vigilant. There is a lot of excitement around the new administration. It still is going to have to be a battle. If we agree it is going to be a battle the next 4 years, and we know what we're doing and we handle it intelligently and successfully, and nobody loses their minds, we have to think about 4 years from now. We have to think about continuing all the goodness that is happening now. We have 4 years now, but also to continue that in 4 years, because we can never go back to anything that was. Or, as we know, there are plans right now for 4 years from now, which really is my biggest fear. Something to the effect of, okay, let them have their 4 years now, and then we'll reclaim in 4 years. And I'm talking loosely here, but I think you can figure it out. And then we're going to go in full steam, with this Gavin Newsom, who is already saying police in California will be hit with misdemeanors and jail perhaps if they try to stop ICE agents or anybody with these illegal aliens. And we're talking again, illegal aliens. We're not talking right now about children being ripped from the arms of mothers, because I know you are going to be seeing this. People screaming and crying in the streets. You're going to hear through media, which is why you need to turn it off now. Start training yourself that families will be ripped apart. Right now, it's about Trendy Aragua and all the violent criminals, to get them out of our country. That is step one. With President Trump, with Tom Homan, our border czar, with ICE, with Homeland Security. That is the focus right now. And that number is about, that we know about, close to 1 million. So that's the first piece of business. So we have to remain vigilant in everything. Again, I'm going to keep saying this 4 years from now, right? I also think, we have our mayor right now, Eric Adams. All of a sudden, he's putting out this press release, that press release. He's going to work with the Trump administration. He wants to work, not be at war. His words, not mine. But, he really has no choice. And frankly, this city is just, Trump is good. This is Trump's hometown. They're already talking about dismantling. They've got this tremendous, out towards the airport, a piece of federal land where they have this major tent set up with all these people in there. I have to say, on the streets today, I saw very few of these bicycle delivery people. Again, this started about 2 weeks ago, where the streets were flooded. I know it's cold out today, but I'm not seeing a lot of these people out on the streets. So we have to remain vigilant. And what do I mean by that? So we're going into the holidays. Let's keep in mind the children. Let's keep in mind the kids hear us talking. The kids see things online. I was just asked today to be part of something in Washington, which I fully support, the Warrior supports, and that is, and it's been around for a while, but we have to enforce it. It's called the Take It Down Act. It's a piece of legislation. And again, it's all about AI, artificial intelligence, because the government is in no way, in any shape, as is law enforcement, to deal with artificial intelligence. And the focus with everything else going on has not been on this artificial intelligence. Right now, artificial intelligence generates 96% of the images. These deep fakes are of pornographic nature. Pornography. 96%. 1 in 10 children ages 9 to 16 say they know somebody, 9 to 16, 1 in 10, know somebody who's been the victim in school or otherwise of an image, that's using their face and not their body in pornographic images. Now think about that. So we have all this simmering going on, and we're not really having a lot of discussion about it. So right now in Congress, everybody kind of, with the holidays and new administration, excuses, excuses, excuses. Those people still work for us. the Senate, Congress, all the Congress people, and it's called a lame duck session. And things are quiet until the new administration takes over. Well, we still have the whole month of December, and we still have almost 3 weeks in January before all that happens, right? So we want to try to pass through bills. I'm going to put in the body of this video, I am going to put the Take It Down Act. And what you do is you will contact your representatives. I will put the link there and say you want this because this directly will deal with AI and they still have time. What do we have? 7, we have about 7 good solid weeks to still get legislation passed. But you know, Chuck Schumer, Senate Majority Leader, and we got Jerry Nadler on there, and we got Mike Johnson is speaker. All this goes to them, and they're doing nothing right now. They're dragging their feet. I don't know, they're on vacation, but you know, we don't have time for vacation, right? Michael says, have a great turkey day and pray for all of those less fortunate or trafficked, abducted, or caged. May God bless you all. Thank you, Michael, so much for that. And you know what? We really do have to be thankful because we all have, by virtue of you are here listening to this, we all have to be thankful because so many out there that we deal with around New York State, New Jersey do not have just the basic necessities. But I want to get back to this Take It Down Act. We've got to keep an eye on this AI. So again, I'll put it in the body of the video. If you could sign on, that is a Warriors Take Action. We also have something called the DEFIANCE Act, and that kind of goes hand in hand, this legislation that needs to be addressed, needs to be passed. I don't know what Chuck Schumer's doing. He actually represents me here in New York, dragging his heels again. I don't know what the guy's doing. These are basic guardrails, okay, addressing AI. And we've got to do something about it. We've been talking about this for a good 3 years now. We heard 5 years ago this was coming. You know, the predators, these AI, you know, it's always 20 steps ahead. Yet when I talk to all these tech geniuses, and they are geniuses, and this is all off the record and behind the scenes, they will always say, Lynn, we have the technology to deal with this, we don't use it. I, of course, am always like, why aren't we using it? I'm not understanding. If it will protect children, if it will protect all people, okay. It's the same old thing. Big tech BS. Let's call out what it is. It is big tech. Lots of money. Big tech. Lots of lobbyists getting paid thousands, listen to me, thousands of dollars an hour. When I go to Washington or Albany, my state capital, working on legislation, I'm not technically a lobbyist. I am in the promotion of safety for children, families, and all people. I'm not getting paid thousands of dollars an hour. That's why when you donate to the Warriors, that helps me with transportation and all of that, getting our team together, getting all our paperwork together, and educating everybody. These people get paid thousands. It used to be, I heard $1,200 an hour. Now I'm hearing things like $2,500 an hour. They fight tooth and nail for any kind of legislation that might protect kids online, right? And I'm thinking this Kids Online Safety Act that you know I've been talking about forever. We are trying to push this through right now in our 7 weeks lame duck. Are they paying off perhaps? If I didn't know better, Chuck Schumer, I don't know. This Mike Johnson, because they're not addressing it. And again, this is all bipartisan. Put politics aside. I know that's hard to like think because that's what we're talking about, but these are human rights abuses of our children, of parents, of families, of all people. Whether you have, you know, this AI generating images, pornographic, and kids know about it already, you know, ages 9 to 16, the kids are already knowing about. You could have your face on a naked body doing a sex act. I mean, I know this is a family program, but let's call it what it is. So we have a lot of work to do. Let's see. Michael says, save the children. Well, Michael, not only save the children, we need to intervene, prevent, educate the children, listen to the children, and talk to the children open and honestly about issues. That is what makes all the difference. That right there, protecting all the children. Because let me tell you something. When I say we have to remain vigilant over the next 4 years, in my opinion, the battle of all battles is going to begin with this border, with sending these people back, people don't care that all of these illegal alien children, these unaccompanied minors, are being sex trafficked, labor trafficked. They forget about all that. They're going to fight, right? I know they're going to link arms. They're going to stand at airports. They're going to stand outside these family hotels here in New York. They're going to fight with the bullhorns. It's going to be a mess. That's what their focus is on. They don't care that these children are being enslaved. We're calling trafficking now slavery. I've referred to it a lot as slavery, and I'm not using trafficking anymore. I've never liked the word. That's what it's called. Everybody knows it. We have laws that are named, the trafficking in persons, trafficking this, trafficking that. It is enslavement. Kids are enslaved, right? In the meantime, our American kids, they're watching all of this. Even if they don't say anything to you, they are seeing things online. They are hearing things. Something's happening in their schools. And don't forget, with all of this border, which all of these lunatic, crazy people are going to fight for all of these illegal people to stay here, they're going to forget about the kids, but also the fentanyl, the intentional poisoning of Americans. 300 Americans on average die each day in America because it's not just a drug coming over the border, as DEA has explained to me, Homeland Security, lots of law enforcement. They're like, Lynn, it's chemicals now. They're sending the chemicals over. Okay. The chemicals get here and then they're pressing them into the pills. It's like a big pot. They're throwing all kinds of things together, pressing pills, and then getting them out there into the public. We have to teach the kids. Part of Save the Children, you do not buy drugs online. You do not buy drugs from a stranger. We have to drill this through their heads that is not enough. I understand this. Kids are going to buy drugs, try drugs, do drugs, take a drug from a friend. But we have to tell them that these days, 70% plus of anything they take is most likely laced with a deadly fentanyl. One pill kills. So that is the difference between years ago in taking drugs and taking drugs now. That even something considered an aspirin, from buying it on Snapchat, because you can buy drugs with two clicks. That's another thing I don't understand. That's allowed, right? That's called freedom of speech. Well, did you hear me when I said over 70% of them are laced, infiltrated, whatever you want to call it, with deadly fentanyl because it's so cheap and it's chemicals. And frankly, these people don't care about killing people. They care about just making money, making money, making money. Stupid Americans, let them die. We don't care. But what you do have to realize, and I do believe President Trump will address this in the administration, is China. China, we don't talk about China. Have you noticed? We're really not talking about China. A lot of things go on that TikTok, but a lot of things go on a lot of platforms. So I don't want to just, talk about TikTok, because again, I can find exploitation on every single platform, app, gaming site. I know where to look. But TikTok, out of China, TikTok, we know China is responsible for sending over all these chemicals coming through Mexico and the cartels, and then being pressed into the pills, if not there in Mexico, on this side, and distributed, and infiltrating our middle and high schools here in America, getting our American kids to deal these drugs and also to traffic their peers, get them involved in this criminality of drug trafficking. Extra mile, whoops, let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. Yes, fentanyl is killing hundreds of kids a day. Well, it's 300 Americans a day. So it is the leading cause of death right now, 18 to 45, fentanyl poisoning. Well, we should say opioid overdose is what we're supposed to say. That's we've been talking about that figure though for like over a year, so it's probably higher by now, right? Remember our Warriors rule: things are always higher than the numbers given out. There's Edie dropping by to say hi, Lynn and company. Can't stay long. I'm getting sick. Edie, we don't want you to be sick. We'll feel better. I don't know what's wrong with you, but please check in with us by tomorrow and let us know how you're doing. The CCP was all over this election. I think you could be right, Joel. They always have their hand in something, right? So we're going to have to be addressing them. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay. Yes, and hit the like button. I think that's what you mean, Michael. If not, I'm saying it. Now, here's Extra Mile. Extra Mile, thank you very much. Thank you for donating, but thank you for being here and listening to all of this. And let's see, a lot of the homeless tents are really businesses. Uh, all of this is business. All of this. It's nothing but business. All of the illegal aliens with the NGOs on the border. It is big business. It's funny. Somebody wrote me an email. He saw me on with Dick Morris, who does a show called Democracy on Newsmax. And Dick very kindly, I've been educating him about all of this over the last year. Kids on the border. Dick, you got to talk about it. Please use your platform. And I will say that he very graciously said to me, Lynn, I don't know much about it. This was a while ago. Please come tell me about it, whatever. And I did. And I have to tell you, that's few and far between people in the media, okay, that will say, come and tell me about it. I don't really know about it. Give me some facts. Dick has always said to me, give me the facts, give me the study, give me always. People don't say that. They just roll. One show will see what another show is doing and pick up on it, or this is a subject nobody likes, so they just don't talk about it, right? But I went on with Dick, and this person wrote to me and said, "Oh, I heard you talking about the NGOs on the border. Well, you should call out Catholic Charities." And well, I have, in case you're listening. There are about 100 different NGOs, non-governmental organizations, working on the border. It is big business, chain link fences, security, black tarps. You can't really see anything. They're supposed to be taking in the kids, working with HHS, Health and Human Services, to vet the kids, to get the kids into a safe location with a family member or a vetted sponsor. And they haven't been doing their jobs. I've been calling them out. Yes, Catholic Charities, along with Jewish organizations, all kinds of religious organizations. And I'm Catholic, so I can say it, but please, please don't tell me to call out Catholic Charities. I have, and perhaps I may not have said it on Newsmax, but I said a lot of other things. I called out, you have to remember on television, you have a limited amount of time, and you have to always remember to get in your most important points before they say 10 seconds, right? So please, unless you're going to go on Dick Morris and talk about Catholic Charities, let it go. The fact I was on there and he was talking about it and I was talking about it is great, and all of that to be continued. But it's all big business. It's like the scaffolding business. I digress here. There's scaffolding all over New York. Today, they're putting up more scaffolding. Everything's scaffolding. You know why? Scaffolding is business. Sometimes in New York, scaffolding has been up as long as 5 years. 5 years. Big business, everybody. Yes, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Extra Mile. Yippee. This channel is monetized, and this is a great cause. Yes, Michael, it's monetized, and they play certain commercials, advertisers on the channel, and certain commercials they don't, but it's been very good so far. I want to talk about also next week I'm very excited because we go into December. Can you believe it's December already? And we're going into that push once Thanksgiving comes, the holidays. I'm very happy about it this year. All the little shops are going up around town. They do these little kind of kiosk holiday chalet things. I saw a whole bunch of them today. Columbus Circle, also 54th and 7th Avenue. That's a new area for these shops. But I just saw so many happy people today on the streets. So many happy families. Again, 8, 9, 10. You always know when it's tourists, because if you're out 8 in the morning and you see a family out and they're holding cups of coffee and cups of hot chocolate, those are the tourists, right? And I listened to the voices, and I heard a lot of American voices, because I'm always focusing, I'm always scanning, taking it all in. But it was just a beautiful sight. It is really coming back, New York. It is too much of a jewel to just let disintegrate. It's not going to disintegrate. With that being said, there's also all this buzz, around Cuomo coming back to be our mayor. He's ready to announce. He's going to announce. Whatever. It can't be worse than what was been going on here between de Blasio and Eric Adams. And we'll see about that. But what I'm going to plan on doing is, getting in there to speak, for instance, with people like Pam Bondi. Get on her agenda about what really needs to be done about all of this slavery. Not just the same old, list of organizations lists of this, lists of that. It's all bad. We know it's bad, right? How are we going to change it? How are we going to stop it? How are we going to intervene? How are we going to get the public involved? Like, that's what we do at the Warriors. Again, I'm tired coming out of the government, whether it's Albany, my home state in New York, or the federal government in DC, conferences, Senate roundtables, different organizations. It's bad, it's bad, it's bad, it's escalating. Enough of that nonsense. It is time to take action, enough, and stop it as much as we can. Let me give you the reality. Are we ever going to stop all of this slavery? No, it's impossible. It's been going on for hundreds of years. But what we can do is disrupt it. We can intervene. We can empower kids. We can give parents tools, resources, caretakers, teachers. There's a lot of good teachers out there that do not subscribe to anything you hear in the media, which is why we tell you to turn off that media. Kristen says Pam is a great pick. She's going to be great, Pam Bondi. I have full confidence in her. I can't wait. I want to sit down. I want to talk to her. I want to lay it out for her. We have to get realistic. We have to remove, federal government, la 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 la, almost like a screenplay or almost like a movie set. It's like we have to come as one. It's a new country. It's new thinking. We have to do new things. Things don't work. And you know what? On top of all this, times have just changed. It's just a different country. It is time to do different things. It is time to have different people. It's time not to have, Washington and the public. We must come together and work together. And a lot of good people out there. So my goal is to meet with Pam Bondi. My goal is to meet with President Trump. My goal is meeting with Tom Homan and talking about what we're talking about here, because what we do at the Warriors works. It works because, remember, I don't put everything on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. What we really do with the real people in the communities, I spend time with them. We as Warriors spend time with them, and it works, and they are thankful, and they are good people, and they deserve. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. Well, I want to thank all of you for being here. No more excuses. Music Therapy says, yeah, I mean, like, really, we're just going to do it now. Like, that's our attitude. We're going to do it. We're all going to do it. We're all going to do something, right? And if we do it in our own home, if we do it with a neighbor, if we do it by just retweeting something, if we do it by tuning into the Warriors and donating $1, I don't care what it is, because we're doing it. Like, we have to do it. Evan Webb, thank you. Thank you, Evan says, sometimes some seem to make the Catholics to be the main abuser when it's just one in a big group who have this shame. I'm also Catholic. Okay, so here's what I have to say about that, because I'm Catholic, all Catholic school. I'm here to say I had a wonderful education. I really did. All girls, very small school in New Jersey. I came out of that. I still use skills today. I never had one nun hit me, yell at me, or anybody else. I never saw any of that. That I know it happened. People have reported this over the years. None of that. Okay. I guess I'm lucky. But it was a really good education. I'm thankful to my parents that they did that for me and for my family, my other siblings as well. But you know what? Everybody does dump on the Catholics. I'm sorry. They really do. It's a free for all, because the NGOs on the border, yeah, Catholic Charities is a main abuser, as is, actually, I'll put the list in the body of this video. What I said is there are about 100 organizations working on the border, all taking our tax-paying dollars. The number 2 organization is a Jewish organization. We have a Mormon organization. We have every kind of organization. There are some individuals working there. So let's not just dump. Let's dump on everybody if we're going to dump. But more than that, forget the dumping. Let's understand this is happening, and let's rally up our elected officials like, we don't want this. We're not enough. I'm telling you, you can do it from the, you can do it right here from behind the computer screen. House.gov, Senate.gov. Again, I'm going to put it in the body of the video. You contact them. They have to keep a log. They do keep a log. When they get to about 10 of any one subject, they then address it. But more than that, The numbers matter. So if we left this video and we had, okay, we have 57 people watching right now. We'll have more later. I know everybody's busy. I just finished my own cranberry sauce. Everybody's preparing or running around. It's kind of an odd hour. It's 5 o'clock here in New York. We'll finish up soon because I know everybody's busy. If we just had everybody contact their representatives and we had 500 came out of this video, that's a lot. That's a big take action. That makes people sit up. We will have Marsha Blackburn hopefully soon on the Warriors. We're tying up a few loose ends. She's a co-sponsor of the Kids Online Safety Act, along with Senator Richard Blumenthal from Connecticut. And I would like both of them to speak for a couple of minutes about the importance of it, drill it home for all of us. Let me just see if I missed any of your comments. There's Lionel Nation saying, say it. I guess my husband is somewhere. I don't really see him right now. I hear him in another room. Say it, but music therapy, those are great goals, Lynn. You have the passion to create, make change. I'm creating change, right? Who's going to stop me? I am a self-appointed expert. At my age, I have more passion than a 20-year-old, more energy than a 20-year-old, 30-year-old, 40-year-old. Yeah, baby. And I'm just going for it. Edie, your artwork, I have a whole collection because actually Monday I will share with you an organization in New York. We're having an afternoon of art therapy at our collaboration with our art studio down in Soho here in New York. And I'll be bringing your current pieces, Edie, with me to distribute to them. I have those. So I'm sorry if I was remiss in letting you know about that, but I do have them. I'm saving them to give directly. That's what I do. I give directly. Edie creates beautiful artwork. She puts notes on the back. We have poems we have submitted to us. We have another warrior who writes me a lot of different notes for warriors. You know how empowering that is for them? When I give them something and you know what they say to me? Oh, somebody cares about me. Seriously. So if anybody out there listening to this, you want to write a little note, a little empowerment that I can pass along, certainly go to linswarriors.org, the website. You'll see our business address on there. You just send it to me. I share all that. I'm excited. We are doing that Monday, our art therapy session. We talk. We give them little swag bags they're so thankful for. I'll be giving out Edie your artwork, some other poems. And then Tuesday, we have a church in Brooklyn. We're doing a tremendous amount of hats and gloves, toiletries, and some toys. We are going to have a collaboration with Toys for Tots. I'm sure you're all familiar with them. They are very far-reaching, right, in their distribution. And they are going to, these will be pictures I'll post because a Marine will be coming to work with me and distribute toys. So that's coming in December. We have another church we're doing toys with. So we have a busy December. And it's thanks to all of you who have contributed. I'm just going to say it, Bag Biz, you've been terrific. Here's your comment. These religious organizations represent their own interest and not necessarily the majority of the, well, exactly. You're right on the money about it. But until the government, Bag Biz, and everybody here, all you beautiful warriors, until our government changes that, right? Like the Trump administration is not going to be having 100 NGOs on the border getting paid from our hard-earned money, our children's money, our grandchildren's money, working Americans. They're not, it's going to end. And I wouldn't want to be anywhere near Tom Homan. I'm telling you, he is a warrior through and through. He has the plan. He knows what to do. It will be implemented. But I am telling you, we have to remain vigilant because this will be the fight of our lives. This will be the biggest distraction. You will see the kids screaming. Don't believe it for a minute. Just like, remember the kids in cages? And that was like, that was all under like Obama. And then Donald Trump was trying to separate, since we know we have these recycled kids coming nonstop, the same man showing up every week with 20 kids saying he's the father of all the kids. They were trying to do, the Trump administration, the DNA testing, which takes 90 minutes. So they separated the kids from the adult, usually a male, to see if they're somehow related. We've been down. We don't have to go through that, right? But it's a new America. But what we're going to do is we're going to have a fabulous Thanksgiving. We're going to go into the holiday season. I want everybody to talk to kids a little bit. I leave you with this. We have to teach kids empathy, about other people's feelings. We, I think that's lacking. I'm working on a project now, something else, and the studies are showing a lot of kids lack this empathy. It's up to us as warriors to explain it to them, what this is, how to feel, how to make somebody else feel good. And it doesn't take a lot. If they know what it's about, the kids, they'll do it. They are looking for direction. We have studies that say they're looking for focus, they're looking for direction, they're looking to get off the devices. It's up to us to lead the way. We're not waiting for schools. We're not waiting for anybody else. We have to take the time. If you're traveling, please travel safely for the holidays. Uh, please just take it easy. And also, traffickers blend in the airports, train stations, bus stations when it's very busy. If you see something, say something. You will not get in trouble. Usually, your gut tells you, and it's correct. Report something to a ticketing agent, 911. If you hear anything in a bathroom, a lot of children are exchanged, believe it or not, in bathrooms, in airports, and everybody's minding their own business or people don't want to get involved. I am begging you, I am urging you, if you think, and don't wait, don't use the human trafficking hotline number. I'm going to say this. It's posted, or it's supposed to be posted, in every transportation bathroom, right? And you will see them in the airports because I'm always checking in airports and I do see them, but if you might not even notice them, right? Because they're just usually a small 8x11 sign, 8.5x11 sign on the side wall or something like that. Say something. It's 911. Or in an airport, you have seconds to do something like that. You have to just go to a ticketing agent, somebody in authority like that. Music therapy is saying, hi, Lionel. And let's see, I'm going to let everybody go. Uncle Lenny G, he's taking over our Warriors Drive. So let's leave you with your homework. Ignore anything coming out of Hollywood and all those fools. I know they're trying to make their marks and say people were crazy how they voted. The American people have spoken. I think we all know that. And the next thing we have to talk about is, I will put things in the body of the video. When you get a chance over the holiday weekend, you're going to urge your representatives, this Defiance Act, this take it down. You're going to add your name. It's very simple. You put in your zip code, tells you who represents you. They'll give you an email. You email them. I'll have the directive, what you write. It's like one sentence in the body of that video. And what I want everybody to do now is just really relax and have a good holiday weekend. Let's finish up with the comments. We've got, make sure I don't miss anything here. Art therapy is so wonderful and important for the kids' healing, Kristen. Yes, and for adults as well, adult survivors. Michael says, thank you, Lynn, for sharing your great website with inspiration to fight the DS and protect the children. We all have to do it. I'm just here to lead the way and share with you. You have to join me and be a warrior as well. Let's see what else we have. I think that's about it for now, everybody. Let me just make sure, because there's a little lagging here. So ready for the propaganda this time. Ignore it. We've been down this lane. Ignore it. We're all strong now, right? We're all used to this. We're warriors. We've been through it. Don't fall for it ever again. Do not waste your brain power. Remember, somebody told me a long time ago, don't let somebody live rent-free in your brain. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. Let us keep it simple today. Let us just be thankful. Let us think of the kids, and let us think of the wonderful new administration we have coming in, and let us all make the commitment to each and every day wake up and go out and be a warrior. We will talk again soon. Thanks for joining us. Go make your gravy and your cranberries. We'll talk again soon. Thanks, everybody.